So, hi everyone, welcome to the stream today. Today we are looking at Windows games running on the MacBook Neo. So I'm back from my well-deserved break. Easter break is over, and we're going to get back into the routine of things. And I've got my MacBook Neo here. So this is the 512 gigabyte Touch ID version with the thermal pad mod, and thermal pad mod is pretty essential. I Previously, when I tested MacBook Airs and stuff, I never applied the thermal pad mod, but I've done it this time, and the difference is pretty astounding, especially on this lower end setup. So today we're going to be running a few games on this. I'm going to start off with Parallels. So Parallels is the Windows 11 ARM virtual machine software that runs on a Mac, and it's pretty fantastic in that it can run many games that some like crossover can't run very well. And we're just going to start off with testing here. I'll be taking requests as well for other games. I want to cover some crossover stuff later in the stream as well. So we're going to try to do everything. It's good. Let's just make sure everything's set up now. So first thing that is really good for games that run on Windows 11 ARM and through Parallels is basically 32-bit games. So we're going to try Fusion Fix. So this was a request I had on live stream like a month ago now. It's a long time ago. But I'm going to try running GTA 4 with Fusion Fix. Hello, Ghost K. Well, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have been well. I'm doing good, thank you. How are you? You still studying? How's class? Do you have a break where you are? Do you get like holiday? Or is it work, work, work? Because like I know in Taiwan, there's no real Easter break. We have like a couple of national holidays, but other than that, there's not much time for break in the studies. Classes have ended for the day. Okay, all right. Okay, so we've got GTA 4. So this is like a 32-bit DirectX 9 game that has performance issues. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be running Fusion Fix, right? So what we've done is we've downloaded this collection of fixes for the game, which improves stability, graphics, etc. Right? It's a massive quality of life mega patch, right? And what we're going to do is run the offline installer. So I've actually only just done this, like in the sense that I've only just installed it to the standard Windows 11 on Parallels. And then what we're going to do is go down to my downloads and find my Fusion Fix offline installer. So I downloaded this one, the when the MacBook Neo first came out, and finally we're getting a chance to run it. So with the thermal pad mod, I found that Windows 11 ARM on Parallels runs a lot faster. So previously when I tested it, I felt like we were having some issues running Windows 11 ARM on this Mac, but I think it's running faster now. Just put my plant in the screen properly. Okay, good. So I think it's doing something. Did that do something? Where's my Fusion Fix gone? Please test Call to Arms Gates of Hell Ostfront. I've not heard of that game before. Is that a new one? Call to Arms Gates of Hell Ostfront. Yeah, surprising how many big YouTubers made it. Yeah, I should have made mine earlier. I feel like I missed out a little bit, but yeah, it's cool to see. Did that actually install? Just run it again. No harm in running it again. Just watch this like a hawk. Yeah, a lot of people made MacBook Neo cooling videos, which was a good idea. It's a very good idea because it makes a lot of games. Let me just download VC Runtime 140. We just need to install VC redistributable, right, to get this working. Okay, hello, Noor Mohammed Chicago. Welcome to the stream again. Thank you for joining me. It's always the same people who keep coming in, and it's great to see you all. I always forget, should I be installing the ARM64 or x86 or 64-bit versions of this? Let me just try the ARM64 one first. It's probably not the ARM64 one, to be honest. Ugh. Okay, let's just try running this again. Does it give me this I just installed the ARM redistributable, so it should be this. Probably should be the 64-bit redistributables. Yeah, so you guys are all regulars on the stream, I guess, even though I don't stream regularly. So I took a nice long Easter break. Went to Barcelona. It's fun. For like 5 days, and then Easter holidays with the kids. Daughter's birthday party. A lot of stuff happened. Oh, it's fun. Yeah. Recently found out Codeweavers gives students discounts on crossover. Took a full advantage. Nice. How much is the student discount? I have no idea, actually. I didn't know that. What was the student discount on crossover? Is it more than my my coupon code, which is AndyTizer15, which gives you 15% off? It's 30%. Okay, that's pretty good. In order to qualify for a student discount, what do you have to do? Do you have to submit your ID or something, or what? How does that work? Hello, Ibrahim. That's over the original pricing. Pretty good. Student email. Okay, so if you've got an email address attached to university, that's all you have to give. Okay. I guess technically academics and university admin could probably do it as well. Yeah, Counter-Strike 2 is not going to run well. I know I haven't tested it with a thermal pad mod, but it just uses way too much memory. Hello, Pi Studios. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining us today. Okay, so what are we going to run today? I'm contractually I've accepted that I'm going to be doing some Windows game testing on. I'm going to be testing some games through Parallel. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on first. Okay, so Zeevies, can you test Wuthering Waves? Yeah, sure, I'll test out Wuthering Waves. Thank you very much for the for the super chat. Wuthering Waves is a native game, right? So what's the way to, is it through the App Store? Do I go through the App Store? Yeah, I think I have this. Do I have this downloaded? Need to update it. Where do I have it? Need to remove some stuff. I'm not testing out shadows today. So, to be honest, I'm not doing any more Crimson Desert. I kind of done with that. Okay, let's do an update of that. Does Sleeping Dogs natively work? Yes, but you might want to run it through Crossover because I think it runs better through Crossover. Okay, this is still taking its sweet time. So we're multitasking. Multitasking is not with these heavy applications is not really necessarily a good idea. Just FYI. But we're doing two things at once now, downloading this game and that. Okay, let's get Rockstar up. And why is bro on a treadmill? I'm just getting my steps in, otherwise I literally won't go outside for the whole day. Okay. And that's fine. Let's see if this Fusion Fix mod works, because I got it working on the MacBook Air M5, so I don't see why this wouldn't work. Why is this loaded up here? I think I'm just trying to get through the authentication. Should I install the offline fix first or after Rockstar authentication? I'm not sure. Let me just check the GTA Fusion Fix installation guide. Just can't remember. Download Fusion Fix, extract the files. Ibrahim, you should not stop spamming. All spamming does is just gets you banned. Okay, weird error. You know what? I should have tried offline mode. Let's try this again. I'll try one more time. Play 4K video on YouTube. I mean, out of the things you're going to test on the MacBook Neo, which is definitely going to work, 4K video, the A18 Pro chip has got a lot of heft to it, in terms of like playing online, or playing 4K video, has all these decoder chips for the various video codecs. It runs it fine. Okay, Air the Lucky. Well, thank you very much for sending memberships. Really appreciate it. Yeah, 8K video is the test. 4 times 4K, right? Thank you for Air the Lucky. Thank you for sending memberships to the chat. Playing 4K and 8K is fine. Only bottleneck is the internet bandwidth. 4K and 8K requires more. Yes. What I noticed is that the Wi-Fi speed I get on this laptop is not that good. I'm gonna say it could be better. Yeah. So even though I've got 1.6 gigabit Ethernet internet connection, and I'm connected via, you know, I'm connected via cable. Even my so Wi-Fi speeds, I'm only getting like 100, 200 megabit sometimes, even though I'm very close to my Wi-Fi 7 access point. I think this only has Wi-Fi 6. .6 gigabits, yeah, 350 megabit. 350 would be normally fine for me, but I found in my, it was worth me paying the extra money to get the 1.6, because it makes like a dramatic difference to my work, what my workday looks like. So for example, if somebody requests a game on a live stream, I actually have a chance of downloading it. If it's 180 gigabytes, I can actually do it. Whereas before, I couldn't really do it without a lot of prep work. Wasn't really possible. I'm just mute the music for a second. Don't want to get copyright striked. When your 100 gigabyte game downloads in 15 minutes, it's amazing, yes. Oh yeah, so our house has got a German exchange student. So we've got a 14-year-old German exchange student, and I was showing him the internet speeds on my computer, and he was like so surprised, like, oh my god, it's going at 1,000 megabytes per sec. At not 1,000 megabit, and then I was like, you know what, that's not even that high, because it's capped by the gigabit Ethernet port of that computer that I was using. Three terabytes. You're paying 3 TB. Mine's uncapped, so I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so good. So this Fusion Fix, if you'll know it's installed because it'll say here like it has this additional DirectX graphics API thing. It's got some settings which are not in the standard setup. So let me just get my let's put music levels off. Will laptop struggle if game playthrough requires 8 GB of RAM? Yes. So you can see the parallels shows that we're only using 4 GB out of the 8 GB of the MacBook Neo. It's also a little bit performance is fine. It's like substantially better than what we would get if we were trying to run this through crossover. We're also running this at like high settings as well. So if I go to my graphics thing here, it's basically on high settings all the way. Yeah, so there will be stuttering. We're just gonna let it compile a little bit before we make any kind of judgment on the game. Can you give 6 GB to Parallels? It doesn't really help. It might make things worse to give more RAM than possible. Okay. And let's try and just. I'm gonna just tweak the graphics settings a little bit so that we have a higher chance of getting this to run better. Let's put everything down to medium. Okay, let's redo the texture settings by quitting out of here. Laptop structural. So I've tested out a lot of Windows games running on the MacBook Neo already. So if you check out I've made 2 videos basically about gaming performance on the MacBook Neo. So you can check those out to see like a general overview. Today we're looking specifically at GTA 4. Let's just try and running this again and see how we're getting with the Fusion Fix mod. So yeah, the main thing that you want to do before you actually do anything on the MacBook Neo is that thermal pad mod. It just takes a few minutes. You just need the right screwdriver bits, and you need a thermal pad and a pair of scissors, and just cut your way through, and then add that thermal pad mod, and it'll prevent throttling, and it will make it much faster. Especially when you're doing anything bursty and like high performance, like running a AAA game, even if it's from the 2000s, it's going to help a lot. So you really want to get in Linux, but not having Asahi on M3 Pro is sad. Yes, it's a shame that we haven't had a major Asahi release on. You can't install Asahi Linux on any Mac that you can buy new right now. You're limited to the M1, M2 generation, so that's why I'm glad I still have my M1 Max chip. I'm happy to test out the M1 Max with Asahi Linux. As soon as the next breakthrough happens, I'll just go ahead and install it there. Just mute the music for a second. So GTA 5 is like astoundingly well optimized, but GTA 4 has always had major issues. Okay, so the thing I've changed here is we have gone to medium settings here, okay? Walking for fitness while drinking Coke. Coke Zero, okay? Coke Zero is healthier than Coke. It's not just... The fans are currently working on a PC port based on Xbox 360 version. Yes. If they can decompile the Xbox version and get like a multi-platform port out of it, then that'll be good. But they took down RE3, the Grand Theft Auto 3 source port, which was apparently reverse engineered. How can I get this UI for performance? So this is the default Steam UI performance HUD for any game running through Steam. Okay, I think this is a little bit tough for this MacBook Neo to run. It is running through like translation layer, so just remember that. I think what I might have to do is just put this onto low, shadow quality off. I think I might have to do this, right? And then okay, no shadows. Okay, no shadows looks really weird. Okay, what I'm going to do is quit out again and then apply those texture settings. And recompilations are also legal since you're not showing the copyrighted data. Yeah, so what exactly happened to RE3? I'm not clear on the situation. So RE3 is the open source port based on decompile. Well, recompilations are legal, I assume, if the original source code hasn't been used. It's like clean room decompilation, right? But if you derive your engine from the actual source code in some form, then I'm not sure it is legal, because then you've basically copied the source code and shared it. And I guess what these days what you do is you'd look at the source, you get one AI to look at the source code, and then get another AI to like air gap and then look at that source code and then just adjust it a little bit, and then you could air gap it multiple times, I guess, to make sure that you're not actually copying any actual source code. Correct. Copying source code is no, but reverse engineering it is legal. Yeah, like I said, depends how you reverse engineered it. Did anyone look at that original source code in order to write the new code? So that's an interesting conundrum. Okay. So after I do a bit of GTA 4 on low settings of no shadows, okay, let's see how this goes. One thing I want to do is there's another game that I was looking at earlier, which I tested out briefly, which was a game called something. What's it called? Replaced. Yeah, the Replaced demo. I did get it to boot to menu earlier, so I might try that through Parallels. It's interesting. It's gonna stop the music again. It's kind of amazing that a game as big as GTA 4 can run through 4 gigabytes of memory, including all of the texture memory and everything else. It's just nuts that it could work. Okay, that's good. Okay, so no shadows. So this doesn't change the this depressing year 2000 New York apartment. It's like we're back in Eastern Europe. Okay, and it's kind of weird to see the New York New York rendered without any shadows at all. But I think it's just interesting that, you know, it's a game it's a game that we're running on a Mac via virtual machine on an iPhone chip, you know. So we're not even running this through crossover where we're actually able to access a lot of the we're not able to access most of the actual computer's hardware. We're actually limited by memory, like a lot. Quite stuttery still. Performance on, I'm going to say that the performance on the M5 MacBook Air is much better than this. Like, to the point where you were getting 60 and it was feeling good. But the M5 MacBook Air is something that's about 50% more expensive. Even like MacBook Airs, M4 MacBook Airs with only 8 GPU cores will massively outperform this. But it's still, we're looking at least $300 more for the same kind of device. Okay, so what happens if I reduce the resolution a bit? So we're going on to like potato mode now, okay? If I just push this down a little bit. So graphics wise, we're looking at let's try this. Andrew, how's life treating me? It's pretty good. Yeah, oh, I didn't press the correct button there. Let's go to this. Go to 720p. So it's like half the resolution of 1080. Well, let me just tweak the size settings of this. So this is where the performance kind of information comes from within Windows. I'm using the Steam client to show it, and that's too small now. Too small. Let's put about halfway. Is that enough? No, not enough. Like, put as much as the background opacity. Yeah, put it there. We can see the frame rate. We can see the RAM usage. And again, getting an M1 Pro is going to be a far better option than trying to game on a MacBook Neo. But I guess the issue is, right, that a lot of people are going to just straight up receive a MacBook Neo rather than choose to buy one, because obviously getting an M1 Pro is going to be better. After looking it up, some people saying RE3 was above board, some saying it was not. Be aware performance detail level on Mac Steam has a performance hit in some conditions. Okay. Yeah. I don't have is there a performance meter here? If we, can I see a performance meter without? Is there in graphics there's a because I can see the FPS here. Display HUD. No. I think I'll just keep it on. The Neo 2 with A19 Pro, yeah, it will be a lot better. I think I have no doubt that that 12 gigabytes of RAM will make all the difference in the world. Got an M1 in excellent condition with 16 gigabyte, 512 gigabytes. Yeah, M1 is still a good machine. Probably better than the MacBook Neo, I think, in a lot of ways. Although in this day and age, I would have probably opted for an M1 Pro with additional memory and additional storage space. These days, I would have gone for like an M1. If I was buying for myself, right, with my own money, I wasn't like making. If I was using it for what, I'd probably just get like an M1 Pro, 14-inch. I'd be very happy with that, to be honest. Most of the Macs I have are kind of overkill. Oh, just gone in the big circle. Fundamental. People can still buy the actual Neo and resell it, yes. But one of the great things about Apple computers is their resale value. So if you do plan to upgrade annually, it is completely feasible to upgrade annually as long as you sell your old one within a reasonable period of time. You'll probably lose like 30-40% of the value at least, but you'll still get something out of it. Whereas a Chromebook is like almost worthless. It's almost worthless as something that you could actually sell in the future. Okay, let's get out of this car. Let's walk around a bit. So, okay, GTA 4, not the best. I don't think is the best advertisement for this. Okay, it works, but not the best advertisement for this. Yeah, potato mode. I mean, GTA 4 is never the best optimized game to begin with, so we're always going to get like quite limited performance with it anyway. Okay, so the other one I wanted to test today was this game called Reloaded or Re something. What was it? Replaced, that was it. So the replaced demo. I managed to get this into. I haven't tested this properly yet, but I managed to get in the menu, so I thought it'd be fun to try. DirectX 11. Basically, any Windows DirectX 11 games gonna work fine through Parallels on MacBook Neo. Hi, Atulya Chowdhury. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's who. I think you should try Roblox. I've already tested out Roblox before, I think. But I'm running mostly Windows games. Okay, what I'm gonna do after this is I'm gonna do my request, which was for Wuthering Waves. In a moment. After this, I think. You want to know if Far Cry can work on the Neo? So there's a lot of Far Cry games. So which Far Cry game are we talking about here? He's tried Roblox and Minecraft both. I think, pretty sure I have. Also tried old school RuneScape. I can tell you now that they're both going to run fine. Minecraft and Roblox will run fine on the MacBook Neo. I definitely tried Minecraft. Not sure about Roblox. Basically, if it runs on an iPhone 18 Pro natively, then, sorry, an iPhone 16 with an A18 Pro chip natively, then it's probably going to run fine. So this game I've never played before. This is the demo of Replaced. It's got really interesting, like 2.5D pixel art, but in a 3D engine. Just much more powerful and way more. The M4 has 16 gigabytes of memory, which is going to be the biggest difference. So like a way of reducing the resolution slightly. This game's got an interesting art style. I just fell over that thing twice. How can you just fall over completely on the floor? It's a little bit of popping on the graphics. See, there's trees like popping in at the back. I think that can be fixed. Pretty sure that can be fixed. I think there's a fix for this, which I remember. Let me just apply this fix. So I just shut down the virtual machine for a second. Visually, yeah, it's a very interesting looking game. There's a fix. I remember there's a graphics fix that we can use. Yeah. What is it? I remember there's a fix, or maybe I applied it years ago. Yeah, definitely going to work better through crossover. Raft. It's my video from years ago. This is Andrew Tyne. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Oh, it's an old one. It's an oldie.
Viral pressure nozzle was another cleaning scam. 3 months later, I haven't touched my
So watch one of my old tutorials. Even though this is from an old one, boot order. I think I wrote it here. Oh, here we are. Okay, let's see if that fixes it, the flicker issue. Let's get Steam up and running. Let's get that replace demo up again. See if that tree pop-in happens again. Okay, so we're still running this at 720p. Let's just see if we can run this demo from the beginning. And see if there's like the flickering trees happen again, because it's quite a common issue with Parallels games. But if you apply this buffer fix, then some games won't work as well. Like the performance will decrease. Okay. It looks really moody, this game, and there's something about the art style that seems interesting. I've no idea what the gameplay is like. Visually, the game is interesting, but we're getting this periodic stutter that happens every second or so. But now it feels like better. Okay, so we're not doing... The trees are not flickering in and out now. Visually, this game looks great. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to try this out with crossover, because there's too much. There's just too much of a compromise. It's just too much of a compromise working with just 4 gigabytes of memory. Why wouldn't you just walk around these barriers rather than trying to jump over them? If you allocate more RAM, does it make a difference? No. Make it worse. A bit confused. What am I supposed to do? Okay, I'm confused now. Am I supposed to like do something? How's the display quality on the Neo? It's okay. It's similar to the MacBook Air. I'm supposed to hook up a generator or something. Yeah. Okay, not such good performance out of this. Okay, now I think what we're going to do is just quit out of this. We'll run this through, or what I'll do is I'll run this crossover a bit later and see if we can get a better performance through this. And then I want to do some like other testing too, but we're going to do my super chat request to cover Wuthering Waves. And then we'll move on to a couple more games. Okay, Wuthering Waves. Now, the big problem with Wuthering Waves I've found is that basically it'll try to run at a resolution that's way too high to begin with. So we're actually doing okay here. It's actually running at 1920 by 1050. Okay, SC2. I really like the Absalom game content. It would be nice to have videos sum up your results, how the SKUs compare. Do you have any sense of what the uplift from the 20 GPU M5 Pro gives over the 16 GPU? Yeah, I haven't tested those this time. I guess it's worth me testing at some point. The different configurations. Yeah, so I only tested out the 20 GPU Core M5 Pro this time, rather than the 16 gigabyte one. 16 core CPU. I'm sorry, 16 core GPU. So yeah, that's something I haven't managed to test properly. So I think what I'm gonna basically 16 to 20 is roughly 20% increase in performance based on what my experience of the past. I think what would be good is if I prefer to go into the low end first. So I want to be focusing more on MacBook Neo and MacBook Air and then going into the future. So but yeah, you're right. I should have tested out the 16 gigabyte core version and also the 32 gigabyte core version at M5 Max to see what the difference is. I don't think there's much difference, to be honest. That being said, I'd always pay the $200 more for the upgrade. Did Tomb Raider Trilogy work natively like all three games? Yes. You mean Rise of the Tomb Raider and also the other one, Tomb Raider 2013? Yes, they both work. They both should work really well. Wuthering Waves is an interesting one. Has it made much of a splash? How does it compare in terms of analytics? How successful is Wuthering Waves? There's so many of these are Chinese games. It's Tencent generating 317 on mobile within the first year and 140 in its debut month. Wow, these gacha games make so much money. I mean, who's buying? There are so many games to play. Why play free-to-play gacha games? I sometimes can't stop thinking about what they will show about GPCTK this year's WWDC. The thing about what Apple can do is that there's not much they can do on their current track. If they release Game Porting Toolkit, 4.0 beta, if they do, 4.0 beta, what could they possibly do to make it better? I mean, they could get closer and closer to 100% parity with something like the Steam Deck. They can get closer and closer to that, but I mean, what other features can we possibly get? The only thing that would make a difference is like an actual proper translation layer for games, like a full-on translation layer, but I don't see that ever happening. So we're only going to get like iterative we're going to have iterative upgrades over time. Yeah, SC2 further upgrade is surprisingly $200 US. Yeah, 200 is fair, is good. it's a good price to pay for 20+% increased performance. I'd always pay that. Everkill Labs, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us today. When is WWDC this year? I think it's going to be in June, like it always is, right? So I guess for the next couple of months, I'm going to be making MacBook Neo videos. So there's a lot of stuff that I intended to do, but because I got kind of burnt out from making all those videos, I'm focusing more on. I'm going to focus in the next month. I'm going to focus on the low end almost exclusively. So making more MacBook Neo content because it's the most popular Mac. And then also, right now, out of all of the Macs that I've tested, my MacBook Air video is the one that, my M5 MacBook Air video is the one that is generating the most views as of today, as of right now. And MacBook Neo one as well. So there's two. Whereas like M5 Max, my videos on that are falling behind. So my right now my top 3 videos in terms of like views today are like MacBook Air M5, MacBook Neo, and then MacBook M5 the M5 Pro. So there's 3, right? So there's always going to be more interest in like lower end hardware. So that's what I'm going to focus on. I just focus on what the analytics tell me to do, and I think that since we don't have full adoption into education market yet, that's probably going to come in the next 2 years, right? When schools and universities and stuff start doing their contracts and fitting out large classrooms, that's when we're going to start seeing much more interest in MacBook Neo. MacBook Air, I still think is the best, $1,100 you can spend. If you can get an M4 MacBook Air, it's just an excellent machine, and it's performs so well. Compared the MacBook Neo is very kind of gimped. It has a lot of limitations in it, which would prevent like a power user like me. I wouldn't necessarily be that happy using it. How many of you guys in the stream actually have a MacBook Neo or intend to buy one, or are you just interested in seeing like what is capable on the low end Apple Silicon Macs? Yeah, the Neo is Windows. It's very Windows laptop, but made by Apple. I mean, it's not really. It's still a Mac. It's like an M1 MacBook Air, but worse, right? That's what it is. If you're gonna buy MacBook Neo, you're better off buying a second-hand MacBook Air M1 with 16 gigabytes of memory. You'll pay less overall. Yeah, the M1 is similar. Is too similar. I'm stuck on the M1 Pro for the next 2 years. Just want to see how much better the Neo is compared to the M1 Pro, as it has the latest metal features. Yeah. I want to go for Neo, but the price. But I can't go for the M4 MacBook Air for the extra RAM, despite it being a little bit costlier. The M4 Air is a good deal. I mean, how much can we buy? Let's just have a look. Let's have a look at costings. Let's see M4 MacBook Air. Because what's great about the M4 MacBook Air is that it has 16 gigabytes of RAM as a minimum. So this is a third-party reseller, which is quite relatively expensive compared to the competition. But like this is a fair grade, premium grade. You want something in the middle of that. It's like £800. It's only going to be £100 more than what I paid or my MacBook Neo. And yes, it only has half the solid state drive space. Oh, this is 15-inch as well. Really looking for like, oh, they only sell 15 inches. Okay. Does anyone else sell MacBook Airs? Refurbs. Yeah, you can't buy. Can I buy refurbed? Apple refurbished. Yeah, what price are we talking about here? The Apple Store doesn't even have any MacBook Airs right now. But if we're going eBay, right? Let's go on eBay. eBay's where it's at. Yeah, that's a good price. 740. Whereas I would trade storage space for extra RAM for sure, right? And there's extra GPU cores and CPU cores. This is like so much of a better machine than this is a substantially better computer than the MacBook Neo, and it's only $40 more, roughly $60 more than the higher end MacBook Neo. If you can afford it, then I would always choose this one over the others. My country, the difference is $150, $200 from the 512 Neo. I think it's worth it. Yes, I agree. I'm just a PC hardware benchmarking nerd. That's why I'm watching. I wouldn't get a Neo on Air, but I have friends who like Mac for gaming. It's not concerned, but yeah. Okay. So this is a user request for Wuthering Waves. I'll test it out a little bit and see how it goes. Yeah. Although that being said, right, 256 gigabytes is not enough. It's still not enough for me. It's annoying, but it's true. Like it's once you've installed your operating system and you've put in all the stuff on your computer, then you have very little space. Like if you want to install a game like Wuthering Waves, it's going to take most of your storage because we're looking at 77 plus like 40 gigs or something. How big is this game? I'm installing this on a solid state drive outside, but yeah, it's 50 gigs. But where's this data being downloaded to? Or internally? It's not. It's just not enough to be able to do stuff with. Okay, after this, right, what I want to do is do a bit of crossover testing as well. So I saw this like interesting Elden Ring thing. I'm really getting into Elden Ring properly these days, right? And someone made a post recently about Elden Ring running in like low potato mode. So I might try that out. Personally looking at getting my first Mac ever this year, and since I've escaped the Windows ecosystem, switched to Linux desktops, hence 16 versus 20C question. Yes. Yeah, it's a good reason to get out of the Windows ecosystem, and Apple make the best laptops, hands down. Yeah, so I might download this potato mod, potato PC Elden Ring mod. So what is this about? So it's option disable brush. So we have a couple of performance fixes. Yeah, so a bunch of Elden Ring mods, which we'll test out in a bit, just to see how we get on with it. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing a walk. I'm having a walk. I've walked for 1 hour now at 2.5 kilometers per hour. So I've done about 2.5K, which is not bad for not Rise of the Tomb Raider. Yeah, okay, I'll try Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'll try that after this, okay? Then we're gonna do some Elden Ring potato mode. Someone who works from home, I'll need to get that. You need to get this. You need a standing desk, easy. So I use a flexi spot one. Well, they did send me a flexi spot for free, but I do rate it. I like their the thickness of the desks. It's very solid, right? And I like the memory settings on it. Although I know that's pretty standard now. And then you need a walking pad. So pretty much anything. Well, I'm using an R3 hybrid, but you can just use a regular R3 or anything else. Why am I not testing out the M5 Air? Well, I've tested it before, and I will do more on the M5 Air in the future. So yes, stay tuned for that. So okay, so Mr. Anyone try RE234 on this? I'm going to use a Pro. Yeah, and Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4 all have native Mac ports. So if as long as you buy them from the Mac App Store, you're going to have good performance even on 8 gigabytes of RAM, even on this machine, actually, to be honest. I can't. I need a MacBook before they move to OLED. Can't stand OLED screens. Okay, it's a tiny bit squished in. I'm just going to change the graphics settings. What the hell's eye comfort? It's such a weird looking. Oh, they finally added invert access. What does eye comfort mean? Why is it running at 1050 rather than 1080? What's eye comfort? What do these settings mean? What do these nonsense settings words mean? Quality mode. What is... Oh, I think I just pull up balanced. Okay, balanced. What is default? This is where the MacBook Neo kind of excels, which is effectively phone games. I never understood the hype behind these games, yet these games are the things which are making the most money. Like, why play this over, say, something like the cow just despawned into the water? Is that if I change this to performance mode, can I actually see a difference? It's upscaling from 632. I could turn upscaling off. Capped at 60. I'm just gonna use the bathroom. I'll just let this sit for a bit.
Ready to roll out? Anytime. Everyone's safe and sound? Looks like I didn't practice for nothing then. Everyone's safe and sound? Looks like I didn't practice for nothing then. Another day, another heroic me. Ready to roll out? Anytime. everyone's safe and sound? Looks like I didn't practice for nothing then.
Okay, back. Well, I'm a bit pooped out from walking, to be honest. So I'm going to sit for a little bit.
Ready to
Okay.
roll out? Anytime.
Weight is always a trade-off for the gaming laptop. Just bring my desk down a bit. Just catch up on. Yeah, performance could drop if it was connected to a monitor, but luckily we don't have this issue here because, okay, it does look worse than performance. Let's just put this on something a bit higher. It just depends on what resolution you're running at, which is why with this game I always recommend using something called Switch Res X to manually select the resolution correctly. Let me just quit out of this actually, so I can actually get into the. I'll just quit out. I just want to check this resolution issue. Why am I running at 1050? People's expectations like gold. With metal effects on, it's like solid 60 FPS and it looks very smooth too. Yeah, let's play a little bit.
Beware. I'm sorry.
Did I just die?
One with the sounds.
What's this about?
No hesitation. One more time.
Or toys.
Strike from the shadows. One with the sounds.
Oh, it's like a self-heal. What is even going on? I don't know what this game's about. Who is spending all this money on games? On these gacha games? I'm gonna shoot this crafting material. game has a very incoherent storyline.
Let's give him hell.
Why pay money for gacha games when you can buy so many good games, right? There are so many games, basically infinite number of games that you could that's out there that'll work well. Even on phone, there's so many games.
Still fine and dandy. Let me be your blade.
The hour is upon us.
Just seems like super grindy, this game. And it's so lazy having a weapon just floating behind you. Is there like an in-ear automata though that they did that? It's a stylistic thing, but it means you don't have to animate the I prefer Arknights. I mean, I've not played Arknights. Is it good? Yeah, Balatro, Dead Cells, all these roguelike games are very different. And they said WoWar 3.1 patches the peakest Chinese and gacha game history. Then about it, probably. I don't know what.
But it's not nearly enough. We must
But the approval process is going to...
tell them it's an emergency. We are working around the clock here. Any delay could mean the end of our defense.
Arknights
I'll
Enfield.
talk to them if
Can you play
can't
Arknights on
listen.
the
Now
Mac?
go,
I don't think
go,
you can,
go.
right?
What is it? What? You new here? Are you backups too? Wait, you don't look like one of us. I am Yang Yang, an outrider of the Midnight Rangers. Excuse me, one moment, please. Careful! This chest holds vital medical supplies. If the wounded return and find no medicine, it's
Which you
on
recommend for
Handle
gaming,
with
M3
care
Pro or
and precision.
M5?
An
M3
outrider.
Pro, well,
So,
easily
you're part of the back-
better than
sorry,
5.
have to answer this,
MacBook
yes?
Air.
What is it? An
Active
overclocked
cooling and
resume.
much better,
I'm sorry.
much more graphical performance.
Could you? The wounded soldiers are being sent back from the front lines.
What method do you
We
use
need
to
someone
run
to escort
Arknights
them to the
Enfield?
medics.
Is it
But
play cover?
What exactly do you need us? Just make sure they are safe. The medics, thank you. It's so busy here. It looks like supplies. So this is most people. I think this
Blah, 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 blah. What is this BS storyline? So just to confirm, we are running at balanced metal effects on. It's a weird target resolution that we're aiming for here. Okay, that's Wuthering Waves. So somebody requested a Tomb Raider game. So Tomb Raider 2013 came out recently on iPhone, and that'll be an interesting one to test out here. Women's Meat is not on the App Store, not for the Mac anyway. It's on the App Store. It's on Steam, and you can run the Windows version through Steam. Okay, so I think I have all the original Tomb Raider games. All of the Tomb Raider and the Metro games are like pretty good for to play. So this is Tomb Raider original reboot, and this has always worked well. So let's see, Tomb Raider 2013. There's 2016 Tomb Raider. Which one's that? Is that called Rise of the Tomb Raider? Yeah, they're both gonna work fine. Okay, next I want to do the Elden Ring thing. I really want up for some Elden Ring. Stutter and low FPS fix. So this person said, apply all three of these mods. What's the mod loader? I'm not going to do the mod loader. I only need to apply a couple of these mods. So we'll apply this a bit later. Have I tested out Baldur's Gate 3 on the Neo? No, I haven't. I didn't think it'll run very well. Yeah, so we've got performance potato mods. What is this? So what is this mod? What does this do? Has to be loaded up in a mod folder, does it? Does you have to use a mod loader? And then this one is a potato mod loader. Just see if I can download this manually. Yeah, I haven't seen that font for a really long time. This, what is this called? This, God, it just looks unprofessional. Something only a gamer could make. So what's this potato mod? What does this do? So how do we use this? Wow, that really reduces the graphics performance. That looks like terrible, doesn't it? Okay, I'll try this in a minute. Just the potato performance boost and the stutter. How do I do the stutter mod? Can I install this manually without?
and I was trapped.
Okay, let's come back to this in a minute. Okay, so we'll just want to run Tomb Raider 2013. I'll run stock basically. Elden Ring stock works surprisingly well on with the thermal pad mod. It makes a big difference. Like it goes from unplayable to playable, right? To actually, and enjoyable in a lot of ways. So this recently got a port in on iPhone and iPad as well. So you could probably play it there, but you'd be much better off using a real controller and a big screen like the MacBook Neo and actually playing it properly. All this DLC I've took. Okay, graphics. 1080p high. Right, okay, good. Okay, remember my inversion settings, which is nice. Oh, can continue. Because I don't like the intro where I think she's like in a cave somewhere. And you're trying to dig yourself out and it sounds painful. Let me get across here. I don't remember much about this game. Also, I think the last time I played this, I was like being hunted by a jaguar or something. And it, these games should really, tell you what you need to do. It did not invert my inversion, do my inversion for aiming. That doesn't respect my game inversion. Oh, gamepad. I've tried Metro Exodus before. I think you've been, like I said, right? There's an original trilogy of games. The earlier Metro games have Mac ports, which are great. Ouch. Okay, return to camp.
All right, Lara. You won't always have some fancy gadget to tell you where you are. If you can learn to read the land and the stars, you'll always be able to find your way home.
Unless there's a marker which tells me which way to go. Or do I have a compass at least? I think I've never really played. I should probably just play this game at some point. I'm not sure whether people rate this or Shadow the Tomb Raider. I've got skills.
This is Conrad Roth, captain of the Endurance. We are shipwrecked on an island inside the Dragon's Triangle.
Roth,
Lara,
you're alive!
easy, easy. Are you okay? What happened?
I remember the beach, then it went black and I woke up in a cave. There was this crazy man Roth and a dead body.
I've not played any of the Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider games like fully before. Apart from maybe Tomb Raider 1 on PlayStation 1.
Lara, listen to me.
Oh.
I sent an SOS from the Endurance before I abandoned her. Hopefully someone caught it. I've spoken to the others. We're regrouping at my location.
Please come and get me.
I have to stay here. You can do this, Lara. Remember when we climbed Snowden? You said the key was knowing that all you've got to do is just keep moving. Remember everything I've taught you, Lara. You're ready for this. And keep your radio on.
Okay.
Okay, let's keep going.
Music. Hello? Hello? Is someone there? This could be a way through.
That looks scary. I wouldn't go down a rusty ladder like that ever. Okay, let's do it, Lara Croft.
What are these markings?
I wouldn't walk waist deep into whatever water there is. Underground is so dangerous as well. You wouldn't even know if there's breathable oxygen around them.
What am I doing? Oh God, this is insane. Need something to pry this open. Need something to pry this open. traditional no mask represents a hateful woman.
That's useful, I guess. Or flame gas, don't mind the torch. Yeah. How does one open this door?
Something to pry this open.
Setting a fire to open a doorway is like, firstly, that fire would take forever to burn that. It would take ages to burn that. And then yeah, flammable gas. I remember reading the story about like this Russian family who they kept potatoes in their basement, and then the potatoes went moldy, and then it produced this like gas, and it deprived the oxygen in their cellar. And then they went in like one by one into the cellar to investigate to get the potatoes, and then investigate what happened to the previous person who just passed out, and then they all just died from no oxygen in the basement. So yeah, never go down a shaft without figuring out whether there's oxygen there or not. This game's really good candidate for like the perfect game to play on the Neo. Runs at 60, maxes out the refresh rate of the display, lightweight, fast to load in, not too demanding, AAA experience, but from, 10, 15 years ago. It's like 12 years ago now, 13 years ago. Yeah, 13 years old. And don't play this on iPhone, play this on the MacBook Neo, it's better.
This place would make anyone a little jumpy. We just spoke to your crew. They're on their way.
Look, he bandaged my foot.
Oh, it was the least I could do. My manners. I'm sorry, I'm Matthias. A teacher by trade.
Suspicious.
Not really cut out for island life, I'm afraid.
Sweetie, you look exhausted. Sit down. Yeah.
Sam here was just telling me about the Sun Queen.
Right. Himiko.
Can you tell me more? I'm intrigued.
Well, believe it or not, a couple thousand years ago, Queen Himiko pretty much ran things in Japan. She loves telling this story. Himiko was beautiful, enigmatic, but also ruthless and powerful.
Okay.
Legend says she had shamanistic power.
Oh, something happened during the cutscene? These 2000 era games are just full of like, this is like the end of the QuickTime event era. Right? Too many QuickTime events. Okay, cool. So that's Tomb Raider. Okay, let's do something more interesting now. I wanted to play Elden Ring. So we're gonna do a bit of we're gonna do a little bit of the baseline testing first. So we're gonna pull up Elden Ring and just gonna show you how it performs. Without any mods. So the main mod we have, of course, is the thermal pad mod, which I still have installed. And there's a big difference between no thermal pad mod and thermal pad mod. It's a difference between a playable game and an unplayable game. So, you know, less than 10 frames per second. Versus something a bit more actually playable. So I've been making a bit of progress now. Elden Ring is my new jam at the moment, and leveling up like a samurai character, which has been fun. Yeah, slideshow versus 30 FPS, big difference. So we'll try this, and then we'll try some of these weird mod things, which we'll try. Hi, Privy 904. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so personally, I've been playing a bit of Elden Ring, and I'm enjoying it a lot. Like, of course, I've tested out Elden Ring a lot of times, but I've never really got into it. Never really understood the gameplay loop properly. But now I feel like I've understood it a bit better. And the Neo is not exactly the first system I would test this game on. Where's my control? Okay, yeah, it's just focusing. Okay, so let's look at our graphics settings. We're looking at 540p, low quality settings, everything turned to low. Low. Okay, let's continue on my save. Do you know Overwatch is playable again? Yes, 26.1 with the latest thing, with the latest Tahoe update. Okay, so yeah, this is the Stronghold. So obviously we're gonna get the best frame rates here because it's like it's you know, it's an enclosed area, not part of the open world. I don't understand this. Holding. Hold me. Hold me in 540p. So the Blizzard games are all working with the latest crossover and the latest
I was known as a deathbed companion.
so Diablo 4, Diablo 2 Resurrected, and other games working fine.
From a number of champions, I lay with the remains of an exalted noble. To grant him another chance at life, to do so is the purpose of my being. But before I could bear the noble into new life, I was awakened by the guidance of grace and chased from my birthplace. Pray, be kind. Despite all that, I still wish to be a deathbed companion. So please, let me hold you like this, as often as it takes. Then good day to you, my
Mommy
dear.
issues.
Well, where have you been hiding? I took you for dead. No matter, it's all the same. Lay out your arms then.
So I've got my Bloodhound's Fang to +6. What does this do? I don't have any armaments for this. Okay. So let's go in the open world, okay? So I've been farming these guys in this quadrant here. We'll see how I do farming this level now. Running at 540p on MacBook Neo. Will there be a video about the games tested today? I'm not sure, to be honest. Let this climb up. Give this a bit of time to acclimatize before I go and die. So I guess there's a lot of things we could improve here. Like, we don't need the weather, and we don't need the grass, right? Like, that must be doing something, right? The grass must be doing something. Okay, so I like farming these guys because they've got a lot of they have a lot of runes to take. Because they drop for like 1,000 runes, which is pretty decent. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of playable. It's kind of nuts to think, but I've seen better frame rates in other parts, like ETA Prime. These poor guys just sneaking up on them. It's like a proper battle. Fight me. Yeah, if the Neo can run this, the air should be fine. So the air is fine, I think. Let's sort of duel this guy a little bit. Hello, my dude. So the real question is, can we get better frame rate than this? Right? Can we apply a few mods to make this work better? So let's try that out. Okay, so one thing I'm going to try is basically getting a bit of yeah, but moving the weather should be a big deal. The weather is obviously going to take up a big chunk of this. So we run a potato. Okay, so we've got this fix that we downloaded. How do these work? So this is like no wet effect, no unpickable bushes, no small trees. Okay. So I need to apply this into my folder. So I'm going to go to my Steam bottle, and then we're going to go to, no, actually, no, that's not where it goes. Make a backup of your save, backup of your regulation.bin file in your game.exe folder, Elden Ring game. So, okay, so there's another folder I need to look at, which is my Elden Ring folder, which is going to be in C, program files, Steam, Steam apps, common. Let me put this here. Common, Elden Ring. Is this not where it's located? It's been my data folder then. Steam Windows. Common. There we are. Game. Yeah, who is? Okay, so Elden Ring game, so regulation.bin. So let's make a copy of that. Like it says, let's put it in the book. Okay. Put the edited version of the regulation file. What does the CSVs do? Okay, so let's overwrite our regulation.bin. Okay, there's also like, where are the save games? Elden. Hello, Mac Protest. Welcome to the stream. I'm playing some Elden Ring. Let's do to update a roaming. So bottles. Let me see. Users, app data, roaming. This is my Elden Ring save game. So just put my save game here to back it up. Okay, and then that's the thing, right? I don't need. Do I need the CSVs? What are the CSVs for? Okay, let's try this. Okay, let's just try this as the potato mode. See if that does anything. Macro tips. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I'm good, thank you. I took like a 3-week or so break, Easter holidays and stuff, and now I'm back. Did you work? You're a teacher, right? So did you have some spring break off, or did you do something else? But yeah, anyway, back into the Mac gaming content churn, and I've started playing Elden Ring, and I'm really excited about playing this game. Because I'm really into it, and it's very interesting to see whether this will work on the MacBook Neo. So we're getting like 25 FPS with 435 with the thermal pad mod, but it'd be interesting to see if we can get this working better using this mod I just downloaded. This kind of like performance mod, potato mod, because Elden Ring, let's face it, it's a potato. Okay. Oh wow. Oh, well, that made a huge difference. Oh. Just trying to get them, make their head smaller. Probably a mistake from the alt. Trying to come on, tab out that. Okay, so basically with thermal pad mod, it's actually made the game a lot clearer, gives a lot more clarity. Oh wow. Removed almost every detail from the game. I can see that, I can probably see the NPCs more clearly. I can see all the recoverable items. What's that? Oh, I got a golden rune just from that. Just from a skull. Let me just reset this accessibility mode. Yeah, it's actually what makes the game easier to read, because the enemies can't hide in the grass. There's no weather as well, so there's no rain or anything. Let's do a duel with this flail dude. Fight me. Go on. Fight me. Ow. Even the Switch 2 version looks 10 times better than this. Okay. Farm some Okay, let's go. That she confronted to motivate battle. But this story was made by George R. R. Martin, right? I wonder how much input he had with this storyline about like. Okay, so we've got this part is working. Oh my god, someone's trying to kill me. Hello. I could just farm up a level, I guess. If I get another 3,000 runes, then I consider this playable. Just about. Can I beat these two guys? My two-handing my weapon now. Oh my god, did I just die from that? Whoops. It's more hell than running sometimes. I'll run all the way back. Was there another mod? There are other mods that I could apply, but I don't think there's any necessity to do this because it already looks bad enough. Get my runes back. Give me back my runes. Yeah, the thermal pad mod is essential if you want to play games or not. This. Ow. Ow. Getting destroyed. Oh my god, I'm getting destroyed. Ouch. Okay, good. I got enough to level up, I think. So yeah, enough to be able to farm this area of baddies. I'll just level up and then I'll try another area, see how that works. Just level up my guys to all of these maroons. Maroons. Okay, so endurance up. Is this better than the M1 Air? I mean, potentially. It depends if you're comparing like for like in terms of thermal pad or not.
Brave tarnished.
Smithing stone. Yeah.
Something else for you?
This truly is potato mode. Someone should attack me. What? Who's attacking me? They're these invisible baddies, which are very annoying. Run away from these guys. Okay, that's my Elden Ring test. Okay, let's try that other game that we tested about earlier, which was the reloaded? No. Replaced. Yeah. So I tried running that on Parallels, but it wasn't doing so good. Try the replaced demo. So we'll run that on okay, so what are we doing? We're doing replaced. That's a fast download. Okay, let's try this. So 1080p, there's no graphics settings. Let's try this again. So we tried this earlier on Parallels, and that was not good. We'll just see what some interesting games are like. I don't know what other games I could try on this. To be honest. Yeah, this is so much better. This is so much better on crossover versus parallels. Yeah, no, stuttering too. It's much smoother experience. Even though we're only getting 20, 30 FPS or something. Similar frame rate, actually. But we're running at double resolution at 1080p, so... Whoops, tripped over a thing. So am I just being stupid? What am I supposed to do here? This happened last time. Oh, move object. I didn't see that before. Basic attack, counter attack, jump dodge. Why do you have to charge up your gun to shoot it? Doesn't make any sense. Charge it up with fighting. It's atmospheric. I'm not sure I like the combat because that seemed very slow. It's got a cool art style. I like it. Okay. That's my look at the replace demo. Not that impressed with it in terms of that brief section of tiny bit of combat that I tested out. Okay, what else can we test? Oof, do look, I haven't played Megabonk for a while. It's a good game, Megabonk. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more on parallels. I wanted to try Absalom. Let me see if Absalom works. Let's check out the demo. So we'll try. So Absalom's like a roguelike beat 'em up, which I have enjoyed playing quite a lot. I have it on Switch. But there's no, it's a really weird that it would be brilliant on a Mac. Let's get Steam going again. Have I heard about the latest Game Hub beta test? Yes, I have signed up to it. If what they're saying is true, then they're developing their own DirectX 11 and DirectX 12 to Metal translation layer. Don't know how it will compare to Game Porting Toolkit. The way that their interface from the video I've seen is very interesting. Well, let's try this game too. That's PI. There's no demo. If they can do what they say they'll achieve, then that'd be very interesting. But they also want to sell it as a product as well. So it's going to be a paid. It's going to be a paid product. Whether it's going to be one-off or a subscription is hard to say. So have you signed up for the closed beta? I'd be really interested to try if that works. So Absalom should work. I'm anticipating it will work. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll try another couple more games on this. A couple of Windows only games like. Yeah, the beta test is you have to apply for it, so it's not available yet. Deus Ex Human Revolution would be a good one to test. I think some of the more 2D games would work better on Parallels. The 2D DirectX 11 games, also Skyrim. Yeah, we'll put Skyrim on. Okay, let's give this a go. So 2D game similar to devs of Street Rage 4. So Street Rage 4 has a Mac port apparently. Although why we don't have one for Absalom is weird. Because same engine, I'm assuming. Or am I wrong? That's Windows only. I still can't decide between Parallels and Crossover. I use Windows apps for work as well, so my Parallels Crossover is better gaming experience. Why not try both? You know, that's the thing. The sad thing is that if you have applications that you need, then it's probably something that you need to do.
I have a blade, power, and a purpose.
That you need to get both in the end of the day. The Parallels is expensive. I'll admit, and it's a subscription service. So as soon as your license runs out after the year, then you have to pay in order to renew.
Magic molded our civilization. For generations, the Root Sisters watched over Talam, assisted by the rituals we shared. But our ways were not without risk. Our thirst for knowledge tore the world's fabric, unleashing the cataclysm of Yeldrin. Azra, the Conqueror, raised his legions, outlawing magic and persecuting wizards. A merciless war started, spanning many years on every realm. Now, only a few of us remain. We are all that stands against Azra's tyranny, keeping the flame of hope burning for revenge. For how long will this cold sun cast its shadow upon us?
Wake up! The prisoner's
Let's set. We should cut through the mountain.
We hadn't planned for so many soldiers. To say that.
Clutch roots. Be careful when you jump down.
These mushroom girls are so cute.
The way you wield your arcana always delights me, Mason.
Just gonna try pairing up my controller properly because I'll need some B-roll of me using the controller. I'm gonna pair this. Oh yeah, my controller's connected.
Crimson Order will send reinforcements soon.
It won't matter if we reach Mother before them. Our comrades are in position.
Make their sacrifice count. She's there.
My children live. ritual to your blood. You'll need it.
It looks fun.
This one seeks to consume the world.
Guard me with your life. Death is not to be feared.
It's a really good beat 'em up. I'm enjoying this.
As long as
Is there any sort of input lag? No, not really. I think this game will play both on Parallels and crossover. Probably better on crossover, but the Neo has enough heft to be able to do it. I can feel a tiny bit of stutter there. Fire.
You chose the wrong side.
Oof.
Fools. You don't understand. I'm doing this for all of us.
Ooh, dead.
death is just another step on your journey.
The RAM is only using up to 3 gigabytes, but yeah, it exists. It's there.
You Azra, I you'll there.
Okay, good. Oh, what I'm going to do as well is just remove those boot flags that I put up as well, because that can make a difference in performance. So just find this. Oh, it got up to 4 gigabytes on the or 3.7 on the overlay. Yeah. Try the game replaced. Yes, I just tried that on crossover and on Parallels, and it runs it a lot better on crossover than Parallels. Fortunately. Let's try there's a couple of try New Vegas, Fallout 3 maybe, or Skyrim. Skyrim's the one. People don't ask me to test Skyrim anymore. Yeah, anything that runs on the Neo will run much better on the M4 MacBook Air. Let's give Skyrim a go. Special edition. I thought I installed all this already. Got New Vegas as well. I want to play. Okay, I've got New Vegas working. Downloaded. Pragmata just released. Oh, does that come out today? Releases in 16 hours, so it's tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do a video on that tomorrow. But it's not going to work on a crossover on Britney. I don't think. I'm gonna just test it if and get Minecraft up and running. So the Bedrock version of Minecraft, still the go-to game that one of these Parallels exclusives. I'm gonna sign into my account. Not with shaders, no. Are there shaders for Minecraft Bedrock? I don't think so. Pragmata works. The demo works on crossover. Oh no! What's my password? Shit. Yeah, messed that one up. Okay. Let's install Bedrock Edition. Apparently Bedrock Edition does have shaders. How do you install shaders on the Bedrock Edition? There's an update for it. Okay, well, we'll try that out. Apparently, Bedrock Edition has shaders, so we'll test those in a minute. Near's a really good size for traveling gaming. Has the battery life. I haven't really tested battery life, I'm afraid. I reckon it'll be similar to a lot of the other like MacBook Airs and things like that. I wonder why Skyrim's taking so long to download. Seriously, it's it's like the computer doesn't like doing more than one thing at once. But we are trying to run this game in the virtual machine as well. Okay, let's see how we're getting on here. Yeah, so one thing I've noticed is that my download speeds are not really that good, right? When running on the MacBook Neo, especially when multitasking. I think what I'll do is I'll pause my Skyrim download. Let's see if this is faster. This is a 2 gigabyte download. Getting random crashes on Overwatch. Have you upgraded to the latest crossover 26.1? And are you using the latest version of macOS Tahoe? Because apparently that offers like a pretty good fix. Yes, crossover 26.1 and macOS Tahoe 26.5 beta. What am I running right now? I just upgraded before I start this live stream. So I'm on 26.4.1. I'm installing the Bedrock version. The the Java version is downloaded a different way, but the one that's downloaded through the um through the Microsoft App Store is different. It's just the Bedrock edition. Yeah, this is the Microsoft version. Just looking at what's possible to play through Parallels on this MacBook Neo. Because we got GTA 4 Fusion Fix working, but wasn't fantastic, I'd say. And now we're gonna just test out some. I think Minecraft Bedrock is one of the exclusive games that only works through Parallels. You can try new Microsoft structures as well, since they've opted to toggle between Vulkan and OpenGL. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think no one testing games like you through Parallels crossover and native. I'll wait for this to download a bit. Okay, it's finally downloaded. Let's play some Minecraft. We've got a lot more stuff with Vulkan. It'll be very better with mods. So good that they changed that. Yeah. So how's shader compatibility with Vulkan? Because the Vulkan mod existed for a long time. I tested it through the Minecraft Prism launcher. Does control just work plug and play? Pretty much with Parallels, it does. Yes. I wish more games were macOS native, but it's the nature of the market. Yes. Not many games for Mac, I'm afraid. There's one called Barrel by the Vulkan developer that adds shaders to Vulkan mod on and went to 1.10. Iris will be discontinued, and the Iris developers have been working on new mod for shaders. Interesting. It's called Aperture, and they can easily make it compatible with OpenGL or Vulkan. Interesting. When is Minecraft Vulkan switching for real? When is it being implemented into their main stable branch? Are you going to test AMD or NVIDIA cards on the Apple support? They don't support gaming on those cards. They support NVIDIA cards for so the CUDA stuff, right? So it's like advanced computation on local chips. Yeah, like 700 FPS with Vulkan mod, it will be a game changer with shader support. Yeah. I mean, Minecraft, it's a game changer, sure, but Minecraft already runs well on Apple Silicon Macs, whether you're on Vulkan or not. When is 26.2 likely to release? There's some new settings here that I've not seen before. So try some vibrant visuals. At the time, vibrant visuals. It's an unsupported device. So this is like natively has controller support. If I had to guess, I would assume that 2014 will release before summer and will include Vulkan. Yeah, probably. Sounds about right. It takes a long time to load it, doesn't it? I don't think Vulkan support will help my gaming much. Even most people don't. These people games that use it, yeah. Minecraft, like the default, if the default changes, then yeah, sure, it could be better. But Minecraft works fine on a Mac, and a lot of people just don't care enough to be able to test it further than that, you know? You can easily get 500 to 1,000 FPS with Vulkan mod on the M4 Mac Mini compared to Sodium. Yeah, so it is a lot better. Hey, that's Minecraft. Minecraft. Okay, let's get Skyrim up and running. Oh, I think I downloaded the wrong version. So you don't want to play the old Skyrim. Skyrim Special Edition 64-bit, so theory should run better. Is there going to be a new video for this test? Yes. If you can't already tell, I'm putting together like a parallels video. Even though I've tested out some crossover games, and I'm also going to be doing like a MacBook Neo gaming tips video, which I'm just writing now. Okay, so the tips are basically like 8 or 9 tips I want to compile. Tip number 1 for gaming on a MacBook Neo: pick a game that uses less than 8 gigabytes of total memory, including video texture memory, because otherwise you'll run into swap, which is relatively slow. Number 2, run games DRM free. So if you've got a choice between Crimson Desert on the on Steam or on the App Store, probably choose the App Store version because it's going to use less memory. Steam uses about 1 gigabyte. Okay. Number 3, aggressive background purging. So make sure that you don't have any applications unnecessarily running in the background. Purge your login items and launchers and things like that, which launch automatically once you've installed them. Even things like Steam, sometimes it'll launch in the background. Number 4, thermal pad mod. So apply the thermal pad in order to get the best performance, best cooling performance possible. It takes 10 minutes and it's costs less than $10. You just need a special screwdriver and it's done. This turns games from unplayable into playable. Number 5, make sure that you select a good desktop resolution, because a lot of games will try to scale up to 4K straight away. Use something like Switch Res X to set a non-high DPI resolution so that you can get proper resolution selection on your game, because sometimes the game can't see it. Number 6, use potato mods like the ones on let me just put this in. Potato mods, like the one I tested on Elden Ring, which brought the frame rate from about 25 to about 45 or 50. Makes a big difference when playability is more important than graphics. What else have we got? That's 6, isn't it? 6 tips. 7, retro emulation. Yeah. The MacBook Neo is a really good candidate for portable retro emulation. So if you have older games that you want to try play on the Mac, you can play some Switch games, but mostly if we were looking at like PS2 or before, then you're probably going to be able to play them pretty well on the Mac. So that's another video I'm going to do. So I'm going to do Parallels one first. Then I'm going to do emulation. Then I'm going to do a retro emulation video. Then I'm going to do this tips video as well. So it's going to be 3 big things there. I did not return the Neo. I didn't do it because I applied the thermal pad mod. I didn't want to undo it, and I just thought, well, I'll keep it anyway because it's going to be really fertile ground for like content in the future. Because I'm going to make basically three more videos about it. So I can't be bothered to return it back and forth. And then after that, I'm going to buy another MacBook Air M5, probably test out the 8-core GPU and the 10-core GPU to do a comparison, compare that with the MacBook Neo. Yeah, I haven't tried Counter-Strike. I have tried Counter-Strike 2 on the Neo. It doesn't work very well. I haven't tried it with a thermal pad mod. I wouldn't really recommend it with a thermal pad mod, to be honest. Because it uses too much memory for this Mac. Have I done a video on M5 Pro parallels gaming? I did one on M5 MacBook Air. I did a Fusion Fix test. So I did a Fusion Fix for GTA 4 test today, but I also did one for the M5 MacBook Air as well. Parallels will work better on higher-end machines for sure. It makes a big difference, like the different levels of performance. I think what I'm going to do is not test Skyrim. I'm going to because Skyrim works really well through crossover, whereas Vegas does not run well through crossover. So I'm going to put this back on. I test this game a lot on Parallels, but it's one of my go-to, and it's still a very popular game. I mean, people still play it a lot. 2,500 people on New Vegas. I wonder what it's like on Fallout 3. 190 on Fallout 3. So it's a big difference in who is playing what. New Vegas doesn't run well even on PC, yeah. But do Steam games work well on Windows on ARM, and what's the performance between Parallels and Crossover? Steam depends on the game. So 32-bit games, DirectX 9 games run better on Parallels. But the vast majority of all other games basically run better on Crossover. This is not a gaming laptop, and I think that regarding that game, the games on Mac that exist and actually work on it are enough. Why would you bother simulate Windows on it? Well, sometimes you just want to play a game, one specific game on your computer, and the MacBook Neo might be the computer that you have on hand at the time, and so you don't have the luxury of just playing the Mac native games. You might run out of interesting Mac native games that you want to play, so you might just decide, oh, actually, I want to do something different. And let's say I'm playing Elden Ring, right? And I really want to play Elden Ring. I don't want to play anything else. I don't care about the Mac native games. So this is why we're doing it. This is why this exists. Let's put this on medium. Let's run it 1080. Can you test if shaded glass 09? What on earth is shaded glass? Overlay for running GPU shaders. Black frame insertion and blur busters. Okay. I've never heard of this before. So it's like a little window overlay that you put on top of games. Okay, I'll test that out. Oh, this is great news. The base M1 MacBook Air. Happy to see more content from you in the MacBook Neo. Thank you very much, Chico Bonito, for your message. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. MacBook Air is better than Neo. Yes, for sure. Especially the 16GB M1 MacBook Air. Of course I kill myself on this. Okay. So, I'm just reading up about shader glass. So, it's like a... I think it should be quite straightforward to run because... Okay, it's not the best indication. I think I might turn down the settings slightly. And maybe I'll just experiment with the shader glass. What are the shader glass? So it's like a window that you can drag over games to make them more shadery, I guess. I can give a CRT effect to anything. Should wait for this features thing to download because this could be affecting performance quite a lot. Because I don't need the thing that I wanted. Let me download shader glass, right? And then I'll just restart the virtual machine. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna nuke this because it's downloading this thing in the background. We don't need stuff downloading interfering with our game test. Could you see if shader glass works on top of the desktop first? Yes. Okay, yeah. It should work on any game that wants borderless window, right? On the website, on the itch.io website, it shows that it works on Wine. I wonder if it makes much difference to performance. Um, I'm certain that it's going to work on the desktop. Yeah. The question is it going to perform well enough? 1.3. It seems like a pretty simple application, right? It just runs over window applications, right? CRT signs. Okay. So signs in the CRT folder. RetroArch. Oh, that looks really cool. I mean, it looks terrible on this capture card, but if we look at it on the screen, let me just put this on, and we look at an image or like a game. Yeah, it's got that vibe. It's got that. Put some gameplay through the shader. And put a gameplay trailer through it. Okay, it's interesting. Input scaling 1. Yep, the resolution will change the input scaling to 1. That's 2.5. Okay, interesting. Because I think it looks better if it's because this gives more of the different vibe to it. 2.25. That's 1x, 2x. That's more realistic. So if I run Fallout, well, actually no, Fallout's the one game to play on this. Games which benefit from quick. I think GZ Doom is better than that. Or was it UZ Doom? Forget I need the Windows version, not the Mac version. Well, can I play Doom in a browser? Doom. Control Shift G. This already looks CRT shadery. I think what I'll do is I'll download like a proper source port for this. How do I get out of this site? Somebody ported. I mean, GZ Doom has been ported to everything in the planet. Does it have like a do I need to download the WAD files? It's my WAD. It doesn't have the best frame rate running through this. God, so many options. It should be better than this. It's crazy. I mean, M5 Ultra for GC2 with shaded class, yeah. That's cool that this exists. I wonder if this will ever come up for the Mac OS side, because that'll be quite interesting to apply shaders to other games. Okay, let's test out New Vegas, and then that'll pretty much be the end of my testing today. So we'll try getting this up and running again. I'm not going to use the highest resolution. I'm going to try and go down a bit to medium. Because I think on M1 I could get this running at high, but Neo, we're running Windows. Remember, we're running full Windows in the background. Let's try and load up a save where I'm not getting destroyed my stuff. I'll try Genshin. Genshin work best by click cover, but Yet Another Anime Game Launcher will also work. Okay, with no stuff running in the background.
This is Mr. New Vegas, and I hope I'm not coming on too strong. And now the news. Unconfirmed reports say NCR's General Lee Oliver may have uprooted from his post at Camp McCarran in order to be present at Hoover Dam. NCR sources say that holding the dam...
Thanks for testing out. Yeah, no problem. You'd have to be running something quite lightweight for that to work well. I wonder if there's such a thing as a hardware shader. Like you could apply a shader to the screen rather than the software. That'd be interesting. Just checking something. Just wandering the wasteland looking for something to shoot. Maybe I should have just loaded that save with all the death claws. Uh-oh. Okay, shouldn't have been attacking the big corners. I don't know what kind of electrical gizmo I'm running here. Oof. Ouch. Do I not have better guns in this save? I think I just started out. I don't have any bullets left. Hunting rifle would be better. Got 3 bullets in this. Let's try going to let's go into Freeside or something. There's an app called Retrovisor. Okay. So all it does is apply a shader from RetroArch up to the full screen.
Looking for a fix, man? I got what you need. Have a...
Oh. Okay, so New Vegas, happy with that running. Let me just see if I can get Skyrim up and going as well. Because if Skyrim, does Skyrim, there we go. So Pragmata's coming out tomorrow. So that's quite interesting. Big game, I suppose. But I want to cover emulation. Actually, you know what? I'm going to end this today because I'm going to go have tea with my neighbor now. So that's my stream for today. I've got a lot of MacBook Neo content coming up really soon. So thank you very much for all the super chats that have happened. I'm going to be continuing with this probably tomorrow, same time. And then I'll be doing some video editing. But anyway, that is my stream for today. Been streaming for 3.5 hours and covered a lot of fertile ground here. So really grateful for this. So thank you very much for joining in the stream today. I'm going to be ending this now. And yeah, thank you everyone who super chatted. Thank you, Generic Edvardson. And everyone else who has made suggestions and contributed. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.